Hey friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is Monday, June 30th, and I am starting a new set of vlogs. I've not filmed the last few days, and part of the reason is my hair is being funky. Part of the reason is that I'm having a carpal tunnel flare up right now. I do have carpal tunnel. Usually when the flare-up happens, if I rest my hands and am a good girl for a few days, it goes away on its own. So the pain is so much less right now than it was when it first started. Like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago. Anyway, So over the last few days, I've done nothing crafty related. Well, I mean, that's not like 100% accurate. I'll explain what I did, but it wasn't like physically making things, okay? So that's kind of where we're at right now. My plan for today is basically to prepare for tomorrow. So tomorrow is July 1st, which means we got a whole new set of challenges and like cross stitch challenges, and also it is the first day of Christmas in July, and so we have the daily advent that I will be opening up. And so this one is a Empyrean Fourth Wing themed box that I got from Dragon Horde Yarns. It is a 31-day yarn box, and so I spent hours last night looking up patterns, trying to figure out what to do, because most advent calendar patterns are designed for 24 days, some for 12, not many for 31. And so I was really struggling to come up with an idea that wasn't like every other kind that I do. So I didn't want to do just like granny stripe or the waves that I do. I think I do that with my Halloween advents, which I really enjoy that pattern, but I wanted something different. And so, well, here's how I went about it. First I searched just advents, and then I was like, some yarn dyers have been doing the July ones for a few years, and so what I decided to do was go to Fangirl Fibers page on, like, her yarn page on Ravelry, and look specifically for her Pokemon her Pokemon advent, because I know that one is a 31-day one that people have done. And so I did that. Then I looked for projects that were done using that yarn. So you can look for a specific dye color, like colorway. And usually people will put it in a Ravelry, the whole advent under the dye color, or not the dye color, the colorway name of the advent, instead of putting each individual one. Anyway, so I searched, and then you can show projects that people have done for that specific colorway. Anyway, so I did that, and I found one person who had made a hexagon blanket, and what they did was they had done a layout, and I think it's rows of 5 in the 4. Anyway, so instead of the Granny's Flower Garden hexagon that I have planned for another advent, each color is going to be its own big hexagon. And then you join them together in rows of 5 and then 4 and so on and so forth. And it does, I've counted, it does add up to 31. So that is my plan. And then I went searching for hexagon, because the pattern this person used, they turn the hexagon and every words. And, okay, sorry, let me add this. This is a granny stitch hexagon. The hexagon that I am doing for the flower one is a solid like hexagon. It's not granny stitches. So it's different in that way, which I was happy about. And I wanted a crochet one because crochet goes faster than knitting. It just does. And so I wanted something that I could potentially actually fit in every single day, but still have time to do other things. So I was searching on YouTube for crochet granny hexagon tutorials, and I found one from Hooked by Robin. She has a lot of tutorials, and this one was the instructions were very clear. I watched the whole video, and she does a join as you go method. The one that I found from the other person, they had done a final round around each hexagon in a neutral color. So I will decide if I'm going to do that based off of how big the first hexagon is. So if it feels like I could use some more room, like added space, then I will do that as well. But if I think that 5 across would be a decent enough size without doing that, then I will join as you go with each color, because it does have a cool like spiral effect on the edge that I think looks really fun. But sorry, excuse me. But also I need to make sure that it's gonna be like big enough to be not a doll's blanket or something, you know? So I'm really excited to start that. I'm probably gonna continue to rest my hands today. I do have a couple crochet things I need to do, but not a lot, because I want my hands to be in peak condition for tomorrow. Probably for like midnight. And I think some of my cross stitch events even start at 9 p.m. my time, because it's midnight on the East Coast. So I just want to, like right now it's 3:30. So that's 5.5 hours. I'm planning on tidying up my table again, because it's a disaster zone. I may be brave enough to take a picture and show you guys how much of a disaster zone it is, like a before and an after picture situation. We'll see, because it's a real disaster. But I want to have as much space available starting tomorrow, for tomorrow, so that I can just be able to craft easily and wind up my mini skeins. I am planning on taking a mini skein that I have some scrap mini skeins somewhere, and trying to see if I can put it on the electric winder on the lowest speed and just be able to hold it in my hands and not have it get tangled up. We'll see, because if I don't have to like hand wind like that, that would save my hands a whole lot of wear and tear, basically. So I'm pretty sure my carpal tunnel flare-up is not craft related, actually, because if it was crochet related, it would be this hand, but it's this hand. And so I think what the problem is I have been doing a lot of reels and shorts scanning for hours and I hold my phone in my hand like this and I scan like this, and my pain is right in here. and every time I make that flicking movement, it flares up a little bit. I haven't been doing, and when I cross stitch, okay, some of it is holding the Q-snap. I did place another, sorry about that. My phone ran out of storage, and so I went through and deleted about 400 videos. I had all of the videos going back as far as like Vlogtober and all of Vlogmas and just a lot. So yeah, my camera's telling me I need more light now, but whatever, we're just going to finish this segment really quick. So what I was saying is I purchased through Amazon more Nerd hoops, actually in the smaller size than this, the size that's one down, which is my preferred size. These are much lighter on my hand, so hopefully that will work better. And then also I can get more projects just on the hoop, so there's less like trying to find something to get going. I'm going to try to set up a few projects on that will be ready to work on for challenges, so I don't have to spend as long as I do for each project, especially since I already know the projects I'm going to be working on. So that's what I'm going to spend most of today doing. I'll keep you guys updated. Oh, the money I had set aside that I had talked about came through, and so I did spend quite a bit of time retail therapying, you could say. But I'm super excited about some of the things that I've been able to order. So I got the Halloween countdown from Gem State Yarns. I think it's dragon themed this year. Probably because of the popularity of dragons right now. So I was really excited about that. I got that in DK weight. I ordered a couple of kits from Forbidden Fiber. I got the Wednesday Sal, and then I got a Minions kit, which I'm really excited about because I love Minions and it's super cute. So I'm really excited to get that. And then I got a small Gilmore Girls one that says I smell snow or something to that tune. And it's just, I got it because it's super simple. It was like $28, $23, somewhere in there. So it wasn't very expensive, but it's just one color. And so I'm really excited about that. And then there was the 1, 2, 3 stitch orders. So I ended up getting all of the beads and the silks that I need to, and the fabric to start Flowers of the Holy Night. I ended up just going with a plain white fabric because I don't want any competition with the colors themselves for the piece. I did go and find my pattern to make sure I actually had it, which I did, so that I didn't need to order another copy. So I'm really excited about that and to be able to start that. I also got the Tiny Town series. I got the Nativity one. Really excited about that. I've wanted it since I first saw it, and but I don't like to order pieces with fancy floss without being able to also order all the fancy flosses, the hand-dyeds. And so I think when I was looking on Fat Quarter Shop when it was first released, they didn't have the called for colors or something like that. I don't know. There was some reason that I couldn't order it then. And so I ordered that, and I ordered the 3 Santas for this year from Mill Hill. And my plan with those, my husband used to be a police officer. He now works for the Department of Justice. And he served right out of high school in the military. In the Army, he was stationed in Germany. Anyways, so I want the first responders to make for him. So the first one I'll do is the police officer one. And this will be like his Christmas present. So I would really like to actually, for a change, finish his Christmas present by Christmas and hopefully without him knowing. And so my primary focus will be the police officer one. But if I can do the other two first responders, I'd really like to be able to do all three for him. So I ordered that. And then the last thing I ordered is with this magnification. This has been a game changer, and I don't know why I was so resistant for so long. But I pulled out my carriage house sampling, which I think is on like 40 count fabric or something so small that I've never really been able to do easily with my glasses, just like this. I pulled it out. I put it under this. I did like 10 stitches just to confirm, and it was so easy. It was so, I was like, oh my gosh. So I bought the colors called for, the NPI silks that were called for what I thought was the first block. But I was looking at the wrong pattern page, and I will actually, the first block I will be doing completely will be block number 4. So blonde moment, you could say. So what I do is I have a copy of each of the pattern pages, and I started off with just the 2 called for skeins of black NPI silk, because each skein's $5, so I couldn't afford to fully kit it now or when I first ordered. But so I go through and I highlight the colors that I've purchased on each pattern page, because the pattern page gives the colors that are called for on it. So like each page has its own key. Anyways, so I do that so that, and I always order the amount that the whole pattern calls for. So if a color needs 2 skeins, even though I won't use both skeins in the first block, I ordered the 2 skeins, right? So that I won't have to come back to that color later. So then I go through and I highlight off the colors on each of the pages so that when I go to the next page that I'll be able to fully kit maybe next year, like after I finish this block, sorry, excuse me, I'll know which colors I need to still order and not like order duplicates though. So this is just something that helps me be able to affordably try to actually make it in the NPI silks, because they are so luscious to work with, aren't they? But they are so expensive. So, yeah, that's just, I mean, if anyone wants that kind of like tip, like you guys can't think of that yourselves, right? Anyway, then I ordered a few more practical items. So I ordered 2 planners. I ordered the tutor planner that I will be using next year for my crafts. I just find it's, hang on, sorry, I don't want them to take off with the pill container. This is for when I needed to take some antibiotics, and I had some left over because I wasn't taking it as frequently as I was supposed to. But the dogs, these child safe containers are not dog safe. Okay, they've taken them off before. Anyway, so yeah, I bought a planner for that, and then I bought a day-to-day. I'll take it to and from school and use it for both home and work. In the Leafy Treetop, but it's not named that anymore. I forget what they're named now. Anyways, their price has gone up so much. It was expensive. Like it was, I got it spiral bound, and that added like $25-$30. Anyways, it ended up being $90, which was ridiculous. And I was like, girl, if you're going to do this, you actually need to stay dedicated to your planner this year and fully utilize it and not just stop using it after the second week of January. So, well, actually, I got the one that's for the academic year. I don't always love those kind, but that's what was available at the moment. So I went with that. Anyway, I got some, these ads have been coming up for something called Primal Queen, and it's like beef organs, as capsules, but it's supposed to have a lot of really healthy benefits. And like, I mean, for things, for girl things, and like, for girl things, and for like, it's supposed to help with tiredness and with bloating, and like, I have PCOS and endometriosis, and it's supposed to help with that. So I thought, well, I had a little extra money, I would give it a try. You can cancel at any time. I think it's like $40 per month, so it's not cheap, but I'm hoping it will really help. And then naturally, after I ordered that, ads started coming up for its competitor company that's half the price. And I was like, well, that's just fantastic. But we're locked in on this to try it. I also got an order of Cajun teas. They're supposed to have like natural energy. I don't know. The ads have been coming up a lot. I probably shouldn't have been shopping at like 3 a.m. But anyways, so I'm done shopping. That was my splurge. I don't do splurges very often just because like my last 1, 2, 3 stitch order was probably close to 2 years ago. Okay, so I don't do this very often. It just was a super stressful year. Normally at this point I've ordered way more advent calendars, and I haven't. Like, I have a 10-gram one, and now I have no, that's all I have for Christmas right now, I think. 10-gram one and a stitch marker one. Not the stitch marker one, actually. They're only doing a 12-day this year. I haven't ordered that. The twice shared sheep one. That's I think that's all I have for Advents this year. I'm waiting for Forbidden Fiber to release their theme, and I'll probably pick that one up. And then I'm waiting for Gem State Yarn to release their theme as well. So, and they won't release it until much later. Like, they literally only just released the Halloween one. So yeah, that's what it is. I'm hoping with having less advents, I might actually be able to keep up a little bit better. So whatever. But yeah, so when the next half comes next month, my plan is to put that into savings. Because I did my splurge, and now I've got to be a responsible adult and try to put some into savings. So yep, and I'm signed up for the same program for next year, so I will be forced to save every month. I think I did $175 this next upcoming year, so like $1,700 or something like that. And then I think they're doing either 50 cents to every dollar or 60 cents to every, I think this year is 50 cents. So it forces me to save, but there is a nice little reward for it. And yeah, it's a good program to be doing for me because I'm so not good at saving. But yeah, I'll share as stuff comes in. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I definitely splurged. Okay. I am going to go now because my phone is low on battery, and I need to film an update for my challenge of the week. And then a soccer game is starting in 2 hours, and I need to catch up on the last one, so I need to start that. So, and I also need to edit the video that's supposed to be going up today because I didn't upload the one that was supposed to go up on Friday. So lots to do, lots to do. I'll chat with you guys later. Bye. Hey friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. No, George. Georgie, come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. This is Grumpy Boy. He's the second dog we ever got. And he used to be such a little delightful sweetheart, but now he's like a grumpy old man. And he's 5.5. So middle-aged. Is that why we're grumpy? Anyway. So this is Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is almost 1 p.m. on July 1st, and I've not been to bed yet. I attempted to go to bed. Did not fall asleep. Laid there for a while. And then I was like, you know what? Just get up. So mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been made in that I am very tired now. I have been up for almost 24 hours now. And the tiredness is starting, like I feel it, and like I feel a little nauseous, to be honest. So that sucks. And I do this so frequently when I'm leading up to something I'm super excited about, like the start of Christmas in July and that kind of thing. So yeah, and it happened again. So here's what happened actually. Let's get into it, okay? I was editing yesterday the video that I uploaded today. That 2.5 hour monstrosity. Well done to anyone who sat through that. Don't blame you if you just tapped out. I didn't realize it was going to be that long until I had strung all the segments together. So that sucked. And it sucked so much editing it that my iPad decided to die when I was 1 hour and 40 minutes at that time mark into editing it. So a sane person might have been like, you know what, go to bed. Go to bed and finish this tomorrow. But I was like, no, we said we were going to do the video and edit it on Monday. And I'm going to make sure that this happens. So that is what happened. And so I was like, you know, what can I do? Well, my iPad is charging a little bit. Oh, I know. I am going to also take care of the other thing I said I would take care of, and that is to photograph the chickens and put them on Etsy. But did I just merely photograph the chickens and put them on Etsy? No. I cleared the whole back catalog of things that I've been meaning to photograph and put on Etsy. And then I had to edit the photos, make the listings, put them up. Like, seriously, wasn't done with that until 5 a.m. And then I continued to edit the masterpiece movie that I put together. And then I exported it. And so by the time that I was attempting to go to bed, it was like 7:30 a.m. And that's around when my husband's alarm started going off. And so it was just a recipe for disaster. So I ended up deciding, okay, around like 8:30-ish, I got up and I went to go put his lunch together, and I took the dogs out, and then around 9:30, I think, I decided, no, it was around 9. I decided, there's 2 hours before the game before my alarm is set to go off for the game. I had set it for like 11:15. 11:11 actually is the exact time because I like that number. It's very, there's 4 ones in a row. I really like that time. It's my favorite time. Anyway, so my alarm, so I laid there for, I don't know, I guess almost 2 hours. Never fell asleep. Should have gotten up and done something productive, but I was like, no, you need to get some sleep because, you know, then you'll not want to take a nap, and I don't know, whatever. So ended up not getting any sleep. And now it is Real Madrid versus Juventus. We are in the halftime right now, which is why I'm filming this right now. And I'm not sure I'm going to have the energy to do any craft things today. I'm hoping to take a nap between this game ending and the Dortmund match starting. Dortmund versus Monterrey. And that game starts at 6 o'clock. So I'm hoping, right now the score is 0-0. I'm hoping that this does not go into extra time, that it ends in the allotted amount of time. So that would be around 2 p.m., which would give me about 3 to 4 hours to have a little pick-me-up nap and then wake up for the game. That'll also be okay because I'll sleep through the hottest part of the day. That's always good. Sorry, excuse me. But in the meantime, I have an advent calendar to start opening with you guys. So these were the extras that were on top of the package. And I thought maybe it would be fun to see how close I can, like how many books I can fill out on this reading list in the month of July. I've been on a bit of a slump, and so I really need to invigorate that. My other plan for starting to get that invigorated is to go through today, maybe during the second half of this match, and do my book bowl situation. I have a container. I need to make sure my hand will comfortably fit inside of the lid. But if so, then I have a container picked out, ready, empty, and we'll get going with some reading. So here is this. I think this would be fun to just like have a little memory of what I read, listened to during this situation. My other plan is that while I work on these projects, I'm going to listen to the audiobooks. So those will be rereads for me. Oh, this is quite a nice business card that's included. And some stickers. Dragon Horde yarn. Beskayeth War College Dragon Riders. This one, I know exactly who and what you are. Violet Sorengale. It's the dragon saying that. Fourth Wing Riders Quadrant, Beskayeth War College. And the last one is Fourth Wing, the Golden Dragon Knight. Okay, so those were the extras. There are a couple more extras in there in the box that I could see, but they were specific to be open on certain days. So the first extra actually gets open tomorrow. And then I think the next one is on July 15th, which will be cool because that's like the day before my birthday. So it's almost like a little extra for my birthday. And then there's one more. I don't know the date on that one, though. So, here we go. July 1st. And the package is stamped with Quest Squad. It says July 1. Which I really appreciate because sometimes it'll just like be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I don't know, am I starting at 31 or am I starting at 1? Because the Gem State Stitches one, no, the Gem State Yarns, you're supposed to start from the big number and go down to the little number, which is always confusing to me when I'm doing the advent calendar in December because I'm like getting the days mixed up. Anyways, speaking of advents, Forbidden Fiber released their theme, and guys, it's the night before Christmas. That's the theme, and I insta-bought it. I was gonna, initially my plan was to wait until next month, but the night before Christmas is a book my mom has read to us literally every single Christmas. Like, as grown adults, we Zoom call and listen to mom read the night before Christmas. I had to get it. Like, I couldn't risk it getting sold out. So, yeah, I bought that. But so, depending on what Gem State Yarns releases, I've got my advents for the sorry, the edge of my clipboard was poking into my fabric. My advents for the Christmas season, which is only 2 of them. Oh, that's the least I've like probably ever had. I don't know, maybe this will be the year I get a Miss Babs advent calendar. We'll see. July 1st. Quest Squad. Oh, we are starting out dark. But there are little bits of red in there. Anyways, really cool looking. And it is called Get Your Leathers, We Have Dragons to Ride. That's a quote. So, very, very excited. I will do my first hexagon with this. Yeah, super excited. So I will chat with y'all in a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing for cross stitch yet. My Nurge hoops are out for delivery right now. I do have the Nora Corbett which one is this? Blitzen on a hoop to start, but now its letter doesn't match with the categories, and I don't know that there's anything on here that would match with the letters. I don't know that. Could I get away with saying antler on a reindeer for the letter A? Antlers are related to animals. I don't know, that might be a stretch. Maybe I'll try it though. Who knows? But anyways, or I may just pick a different pattern to go with. This was the project associated with Inter Miami, and they have been eliminated. And so basically what my plan is to work on matches with the progressing teams first. And I'll do that with each, like the quarterfinals and then the semifinals and then the final. And then throughout the rest of the month of July, I'll go back and try to fill in as many games as I can. And we'll see how many games I can finish before summer break's over. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Anyway, I would like to start this because I'm afraid if I might never start it. And that might become a thing that just keeps happening, as I just never start it. Because I've had this to start for like 6 years now. So, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I will catch you guys up later. The game is about to restart, so bye. Hey friends, it's Kate. It is about 10:30 p.m. and I've had a pretty interesting day. I mean, I don't really know what to say about it. Let's see. So I mentioned that I didn't sleep last night, so I was probably going to take a nap, which, so I've napped in this chair many times, okay? It reclines. It has a footrest that used to work before the dogs decided to chew it up, which was a recent decision. I had this chair for years, and this year they decided to destroy it, but whatever. It was some puppies. They were teething. I didn't provide them enough chewy toys, so it's kind of on me, but whatever. And somehow a screw has come loose in this chair. Like, it's not very stable. And today we experienced that in its full glory when I had it reclined and I was like just drifting off to a little nappy nap, and the chair went all the way over. And I've hurt myself, okay? The wrist that was already not doing great is extra not doing great as I tried to brace the fall. And then I swiped everything. Well, not everything. Okay, that's an exaggeration. But everything within this proximity with my foot as I was trying to like flail for balance. And I knocked my knee pretty bad. I'm sure I've got a bruise on my butt. And oh man. And then in the end I still managed to fall. I mean, it took me a little while to trust the chair again enough to fall asleep for about an hour and a half. And so yeah, so that happened. I have managed to watch both matches today, right? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I was like, I did watch the first match first, right? Yes, I did, before I took any set naps. So while I was watching the second match, which actually I woke up from my nap when it was like over halfway over, so I restarted it, which is why at 10:30 I'm only just finishing that match. And I did 100 stitches. Sorry, I'm referencing my bullet journal over here. So I am working on the PSG versus Inter Miami match game. It's the first one I'm doing. And so you can see I've completed the first one, 100 stitches on Christmas couriers. Anyways, it's Blitzen. And this is what it will look like when it's done. And here are my 100 stitches. Now, per my own rules, I have to work on the other match that happened. I mean, the other team that happened in that match, which is PSG and the Whip Ice. Well, Whip, actually, it's a new start. These are all going to be new starts for a while. Like, I guess birthday month is the good month to have all the new starts, right? Pretend like I've deserved it. Any town, tiny town. So the reason I ended up taking this off of the frame is because this team lost, which means they're not going to have progressed to the next round. So I'm going to aim to put on a hoop to stay on to the 8 teams that moved on to the next phase. The next 2 days are rest days before there's a match again. So I am going to work to watch as many games as I can and to catch up on as many round of 16 matches as I can. On Friday, which is the 4th of July, my husband and I are going down to Fresno for the day. No, we're going to spend the night, I think. And we're going to go see a baseball game with my grandpa and my youngest sister. It's a tradition for my grandpa. He loves to go to the 4th of July game. He loves to go to the baseball game. And so we have a minor league team down there in Fresno. And we always go, and they always do a wonderful fireworks display, even though I don't like fireworks. Like, I don't. I lived in a war-torn country when I was a teenager, and the sound of fireworks is just too much like gunshots, and it takes me back to the war zone. So, not my preference, but nevertheless, I can recognize the beauty of it. And I always like the patriotic music that they play. Anyway, so we'll be going down Friday early afternoon. I think the game's at 6. Fingers crossed the weather holds, because it's predicting low 90s, high 80s, which we've been to 4th of July games in the like 110s before, and that is miserable. Miserable, because I'm not even a baseball fan. I don't like going to the baseball game. I go because I love my grandpa. So baseball game is kind of boring and very long, and yeah. But I love my grandpa, so I go. And then I'll just be like chatting with my sister most of the time. So there are 2 matches on that day. There's Fluminense versus Al Hilal, and that game is at noon. And then at 6 p.m. is Palmeiras versus Chelsea. I'm not going to be able to watch either game live. During the first game, we will hopefully leave right around that kickoff time. And then during the second game, I'll be at the baseball game. I'll probably live track the score, but may even go so far as to stream it with no volume on my phone. But yeah, so Bayern plays the next morning. Now, we will be spending the night at my grandpa's house and leaving the next day. My sister works in the afternoon. She's a hairdresser. And so when she goes to work, we'll probably come back up here. And then in the early afternoon, which I won't be able to watch, again, because we'll be traveling, most likely, unless we are still at my grandpa's house, and then I might be able to watch it, is Real Madrid versus Dortmund. I'm interested in both of those matches, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Wow, one side of the bracket is significantly more difficult than the other one. That's insane. Anyway, if I'm looking at this right, on one side of the bracket, you have 4 European clubs: PSG, Bayern, Real Madrid, and Dortmund. On the other side, you have Fluminense, Al Hilal, Palmeiras, and Chelsea. So that came out very not nice, like in terms of ease. But it's all good. So, since I did the Christmas couriers, I now need to start Any Town, Tiny Town, which is PSG's assigned with. They scored 4 goals in the match, which means I need to do 500 stitches on theirs. This is a new start for me. I hang on. I didn't actually do a floss test. Let me make sure this isn't too light. No, I think it'll work. Should I go darker? I don't know. I think it'll work. Okay, so this is what it will look like when it's done. And I had realized when during the last like 10 minutes of the game that I didn't have a fabric yet for it. And so I went through my linens and even weaves. And I had this piece of fabric that's actually it doubled over, so it's a little bit lighter. And size-wise, it's perfect because I can put Anytown, Tinytown on one side, and then on the other side, I can put more Anytown, Tinytown, which I think is also on the WebGo board, but hasn't been called yet. The one thing I'm a little bit worried about is the white. I think it'll be fine. But I mean, it is what it is. There's a lot of white in it. That's the only reason why I'm a little bit worried. But I think it'll be fine. We're just going to go with it because I want to start it. So, my husband told me he's getting ready to leave the office now. I think I'm going to make steak for dinner. No. Okay, I'm torn right now between making steak and making mind blank. Chicken parmesan. Both I need to use. I mean, I guess whichever one I don't make tonight, I will make tomorrow. So we'll see about that. I am not going to start this quite yet. I will be starting it soon, and I was going to get it like all set up. I have, sorry, let's talk a little bit more about this. Oops. This uses all classic colorworks. There is a DMC conversion, but I got everything to stitch it in the classic colorworks. I ordered this from Fat Quarter Shop quite a while ago. I don't know, maybe it was a Black Friday sale, I think. I could be wrong though. But anyways, here's all the flosses for it. And I think this should be enough for the other one too. Fingers crossed, because there was only one color difference between this one and the other one. And so I bought the one color that the other one calls for that this one doesn't. And I am hoping that it's enough. I would like to do all of the ones in these Tinytown series. So I have Anytown, Tinytown. I also have more Anytown, Tinytown. And I just ordered from 123 Stitch the Nativity Tinytown. So on the back of this one, it shows Seaside Tinytown, and I would like to make that for my husband, who very much loves the ocean and wants a boat for the lake, not the ocean. But I think he'd really love that as a gift, but I haven't ordered it yet. And since I think I've already got his Christmas present sorted, and I'm planning on making him another scarf for his birthday in November. Although I should make more than that because it is his 70th birthday, and I think that's a pretty big one. So I should do maybe 2 scarves. I don't know. Maybe actually finish a couple of the blankets or projects I've said I would finish. And oh, I think he wants another hat. So I'll make like a scarf and a hat and a couple things like that. So then I would look for this Seaside Tinytown. maybe for our anniversary next year, which is in June. So it gives me a year to get it and then stitch it. So I think it looks cool finished as a drum, but I just am not confident enough in my finishing to even go there. So I will probably just flat finish it. Okay, so the reason I'm not starting this right now at this very minute is because I need to do my, I need to do my Advent, and I need to do it while I don't have a soccer game on. So I did spend the second half of the first game today winding it into a ball. It took about like 10 to 15 minutes because I'm not quick at it and my wrist hurts, and so excuses, but yeah. And so I'm going to put on the book, and then I'm going to have to not actually start it at the very beginning because I have to watch the tutorial again, and I need to make notes so that I don't have to watch the tutorial every time I start one of these. So that's what I'm going to do first. When my husband tells me he has left the office, because he always tells me when he's getting ready to leave because it always takes him a while after that, then I will go down and start dinner. So I made chicken last night, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I made chicken carbonara. So I should make the steak tonight, which is fine because it's nice and easy. I got mashed potatoes that are already made, the refrigerator kind. And then I also got peas, which are not hard. And then the steak is very fast. So I'm have a box mix of cheddar, the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. So I might make that as well. Because he wanted to go to Texas Roadhouse the other night, and I was like, I just pulled out 2 steaks from the freezer, and so, and I know he loves the biscuits, and I know these aren't like the Texas Roadhouse biscuits, but like at least it's biscuits, so that's what I'm thinking I will do. Anyways, so I am still hoping I will have enough time tonight, though, to come and do this new start. So I'll stop chatting now, and I will update you guys later. Bye! Hey friends, okay, it's about 5:30 a.m., so I'm going to head to bed, but I finished my first hexagon, and here it is. Hang on, let me see if background will help make it look better. It looks way better in person. Oh, hey, wait, here's a clipboard. Maybe that will help even more than the book. Oh yeah. So far I'm really liking it. This is okay, so the first row, you connect it on one side, 4 across. This measures 9 inches from this side to this side, which means, hey sweetheart. The top row, which is 4 hexagons connected, will measure out to about 36 inches. The longest row across is 5, which would be 45 inches. And I think that's a good size for a for an Afghan, like a throw Afghan. The longest diagonal all the way across is 7. So 7 times 9 is 63, which again is a good size for length. So I'm pretty happy with the dimensions. I don't think I need to add a filler round. Before I make that final decision though, I will open the second day and see what that color looks like, because sometimes having a border makes each one stand out nicer, but sometimes it's also nice to have things blended to like going just directly together. So we'll see. We'll see what the color looks like. I'll open it when I wake back up. But I just wanted to share that. It took me 3 hours to do. Now, I don't think all future ones are going to take as long as 3. I'm guessing somewhere around 2 hours, hopefully getting faster. But that 3 hours included time spent watching the tutorial again, and then as I was trying to figure out how many more rounds I could get out of it, I would go and measure the yarn and just all that kind of thing. So I am hoping that future ones will be faster. I will time day 2s when I do it after I wake back up, and we'll see how long it takes, and that should give us a better guess. However, actually, it might take just as long because I will be needing to join them at that point. Now, if I decide to do a border around, I will look through my stash and see if I have any to use, but I do have a couple skeins of a gray, just like a plain gray, that could work. So still deciding, but I really actually like how that's working up. How do these hexagons make cardigans? Does anyone know? Because the hexy cardigan's a big thing that people are doing right now, and I'd love to make one, but like, how? How does this shape turn into a cardigan? I don't know. Clearly, I'm not going to do that with that Advent yarn. Anyway, so that's it for me. I'm going to take my medicine. I'm going to go to bed. Oh, I meant to show you guys the project bag that I will be storing this project in. Isn't it pretty? No, it's not related at all to dragons or anything like that, but I got it from Barley and Pearls. I had the business card over here. Oh, here it is. Barley Pearls off Etsy. And as you guys know, I love gnomes. There's probably over 60 gnomes in the library at the moment, and there will be more. But anyways, so this is what I will be using just because it's a big bag. It's not one that suits the theme, but it is large. So I will be putting this in here until, oh, and I am using a size 4 crochet hook. Oh, goodness gracious. And let's see what I want to put a pair of scissors in here. Like a pair of snips. So I don't forget to do that. Here. I think I got these at the state fair. Anyway, just want to get that all sorted out so that I have the important kind of things that I need in my project bag just waiting to go. When I go down to Fresno, I will be taking this project with me, and I'll pick one cross stitch to take with me. I'll probably pick one of the very high scoring soccer matches to bring that project along, because I'm only going to be down there for about 24 hours, and I'll be spending time with my sister, so I don't actually know how much stitching time I'll have, but I I just want to make sure that I have something that doesn't require too many colors or all of the colors are contained in it. But if my sister and I watch a movie after the baseball game, or she's playing a computer game, because I probably won't take my computer down, and I'm just cross-stitching or crafting, I want to have something simple. So for sure this, but we'll see what else I bring. Anyway, oh, last thing. I was listening to Fourth Wing, and I got, well, I guess 2 more things. And I got that far in. So I just finished chapter 7, and I am on to chapter 8 will be where I start back up when I start the second mini skein. So I'm really enjoying listening to this again. I am on page 89, and this book has oh no, that's a preview for another book. Not even by this author. Why is that preview in here? 498 pages, so just about 400 more pages. I will read the others in this series, but then my plan is I have several other dragon type of books, and so I'll just start working on that once I finish this series. This is my last note. This is all of the yarn that I had left at the end of the skein. So I will be cutting it close every single round. This is 45 inches. 45 inches. So that is 4 feet, but crochet is a yarn eater, so that is not, it's not a lot to mess around with. But here's to hoping that I am fine. And yeah. So again, chat with you guys later, and hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye. Hey friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is Wednesday, July 2nd. I'm not wearing my watch. I think it's like 5:30 or something like that. I slept in. I took a shower. Rosie, you're very warm right now. Took the dogs out. Made some lunch. The usual. So we're leaving in 2 days, and so today is the day I need to start getting things ready for the trip. Like, for example, I went through our clothes to find somewhat matching patriotic shirts that we could both wear to the baseball game. I'm going to wash them both because I don't think my husband has worn his in the past year, and so so they're fresh. Also need to wash like the pair of shorts that he wants to wear, just that type of thing. I'm also going to try to get my crafts ready and packed so that I don't have to worry about that tomorrow. So I will start the laundry load probably in a couple hours when it cools down a little bit. But so yeah, that's my kind of plan right now. I also need to kind of dog-proof this room because I will be leaving the door open and the air conditioning on for the dogs, but that means anything they can potentially get to, I need to move out of their reach. Just because I think sometimes they get a little vengeful when I'm gone. So need to make sure that everything is okay. Oh, excuse me. So last night before I went to bed, I put my fabric, well, I found the starting spot, so right up here, and I went through and added where I need to stitch to for each challenge, and I got those all uploaded so that I can just start stitching on Any tail, tiny tail. Oh, I don't know why I'm yawning. I am not really that tired. I mean, I'm a little tired, but that's the heat. The heat makes me tired. A lot of people have seasonal depression in winter. I get it in summer. It's hot. I can't function. Okay, we're going to open our Quest Squad yarn, but first there was a little extra for today. So we'll see what that is. Okay. I was like, how do I get this open? Okay. Ooh, I love this. It is a stitch marker, and it is a gold dragon on a black background. That's going to be Endarna. And I really love this. Perfect addition for this set. I wonder if the other couple of packages in there are the other two main dragons in the series. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out later on. But I really like that stitch marker. Okay, July 2nd. Oh, okay. This is what it looks like. So we know now for sure it's not a fade, which means that I will be fine just connecting the fabrics together and not having like a kind of border. I think there will be enough contrast. I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh, it's like once you start yawning, you can't stop. You are Irid. You are magic. I don't remember where that quote comes from, but I guess I will discover it again as I do my rereading. I am probably going to cross stitch first as it is still a little bit warm and yarn makes my hands sweaty. Anyway, I missed a couple matches in the round of 16, so I'm going to try to get caught up on one of those. Yeah, that's about the plan for right now. I'll chat with you guys later. Bye. Hey friends, it is quite late or early, however you want to look at it, and way past time for me to go to bed. I did finish my second hexagon and I connected it to the first. Let me see if folding it in half will be. I really like how delicate in pastel the second color is. It turned out way nicer than I could have expected. And I am really liking how it looks at the join. Over here you can see how it's like interwoven. This is a join as you go method. And then on the other side, which some people prefer to see as the right side, it's a fairly smooth join. I mean, because I'm showing it to you, it looks more noticeable than it is. Yeah, I mean, it obviously doesn't look like a granny square join, but that's okay. I am happy with it, and I am especially happy with this weaving in look. So, for my next square, which I'll open when I wake up, I'll either join it over here or I could join it over here. Or if I really wanted to, I could join it right here. So those are the options I'm going with. I'm not gonna necessarily follow that it has to be in order like this. It's that it needs to touch one that would be within its range. So that isn't gonna make it really difficult. Like, I mean, I could technically put it here instead of here, but that would mean the next one that would come here would need to go here, here, and then along this edge as well. And I would prefer not to do that. Joining on 3 edges, it gets complicated. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with this so far. And I cannot wait to see what the next color is. It looks way better in person than on the camera. And for some weird reason, I had more yarn left over. I mean, I know that isn't a ton, but I have more yarn left over than on the first square. And I actually thought it would be the opposite. I thought I'd have more on the first square than the second, because the second one had to do this join. And so I was a bit nervous about that, but it all worked out fantastic, and I have a really beautiful situation going on here. Okay. The second thing I wanted to talk about before I go to bed is my aunt in Fresno placed an order on my Etsy shop, which I am super, super grateful for. She's always been really supportive of all of our endeavors, and she's going to be at the baseball game, and she said not to worry if I didn't have everything finished on time, but I'm still going to do my best. So she ordered this chicken, which is complete and looking so cute, if I do say so myself. So that is ready to go. She also ordered 7 worry worms, and she didn't care about the colors, or at least she didn't specify them. And luckily I had 11 worry worms. So here are 7 picked out for her. I did 2 different blues, 2 different yellows, an orange and a red, so 2 brights. Oops. And 1 black. And so of the 8 orders, that is all that I had complete at this point. So I have work to do. She ordered a gray scrunchie, so there we go. I do have a gray scrunchie holder. I like to match them as best as I can. I know that you don't have to because you're not really seeing them, but if you pull it, be quiet, go night night. If you pull it, you can see some, so I don't like things to be too far off. The second one she wanted was a brown, and I have a brown scrunchie holder. I know this looks kind of black, but it is actually brown. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. I don't even know who they or what they were barking at. But my husband's alarm also went off, so that shows you how early that this is. It's okay, it's okay. I don't want to sleep too much today, as I need to go to bed at a reasonable time so I can get up at a reasonable time so we can leave and not be late for the baseball game. Anyways, okay. Here is my list of the things I need to accomplish tomorrow, today, whatever you want to call it. I don't call it today because I'm still awake. Once I wake up, it is today. I need to do a white mini octopus, a black mini octopus. I need to do a fish, which you guys might not have seen, but I had a student ask me to make a fish one time, and then I posted it on my Etsy. No one's ever bought it, but my aunt apparently has bought 2. So a fish with a keychain and a fish with no keychain. And the ones I have on the Etsy shop are orange, I asked her what color she wants. She hasn't responded yet. I'm thinking by the time I wake up, she'll respond. But so we have a lot of crocheting ahead of us. Like I said, she said I did not have to finish it, but we are not accepting that as an excuse. We are going to get it done because I flake too often. And so I know that about myself. I don't want to give myself an excuse. I asked my sister Alex, did she want a chicken? She said yes. And then I asked her what color she would like. Oh, my sweet Alex. This is what she has picked, which I think will be cute. I'm going to use some of my velvet yarn for the gill, and I've got a velvet yarn. I think I'm going to use like a similar shade of pink for the mouth. That's not a gill. It's a plume. Sorry. I keep calling it the wrong name. The problem I have is when I was looking at this yarn, it is shedding. It sheds. Yes, it is shedding quite a bit. I already pulled off a little section from the end, and you can see this. So hopefully it will not do that, but we need to make a chicken in this colorway. So that is what is on the docket for tomorrow today. I will also need to do some cross stitch, fold the clothes that are in the dryer, some of which will be coming down with us, finish packing my crafts. I did pick I don't know how many, but some skeins of velvet yarn to make scrunchies because it's easy to do. I don't know how much time I'm going to have to do things. And then I'm thinking that I will take this tiny town with me because it's all contained. It's all specialty threads. So I think I am going to allow myself to, if necessary, work on multiple matches at a time. Where's my journal? Where's my bullet journal? I was going to consult the bullet journal. Oh no, I'll update you guys. I will be taking down the 2 days for this, and I will try to convince my sister to film a little segment with me, and we'll be opening the color. She has not read this series despite me trying to insist that she does. She's like, I'm reading Wheel of Time right now. No one ever reads what I ask them to read, even though I have the best recommendations. Ooh, it's fun when it comes out easy, right? Not as like a yarn barf ball. That was really nice. That was a nice pull. Anyways, so busy day. I will keep you guys updated as we go along. And oh yeah, last thing, sorry. I got another 50 pages on Fourth Wing. And this was much faster. It really was. To be fair, I was playing Sims with my sister, and I did do like 5 rounds, but they're the beginning smallest rounds. So that was not included in the time listening to the book, which is actually how I've been tracking my time. So that was, time listening to the book was 1.5 hours. But I did the remaining 7 rounds, including the join part, in the 1.5 hours. So significantly faster, possibly down to 2 hours. We'll see when I do the next one. Although, if I do it at the baseball game, wait, no, I'll still be here. That's the 4th of July. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we're all here in my head. So, clearly, I need to go to sleep. I will chat with you all when I wake up. Oh, we're renting a car, so I am actually going to have to wake up at a reasonable time because I have to go with my husband to rent the car because we have to bring our own car home. So we need 2 drivers. So, yeah. I don't know what time that's going to happen, but I have to be awake for it. So, anyway, I will chat with y'all later. Bye. Hey friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is July 3rd, about 3:30 or 4, maybe it's 4. So my husband's on his way home from work so we can go pick up the rental car. And then I also suggested that we go get my ring resized. So that's what we are going to do afterwards. Then we need to make sure both cars have gas. So we'll go probably to Costco and then hopefully home because I have a lot to do. So, hey, no. I ordered row 1, and I got my subscription. Now, for your first order, you can use a 20% off coupon. So I went ahead and ordered 2, and on their description, it says if you order 2 packs, all the colors should be different. So that's 20 10-gram minis. And I am planning on starting a scrap blanket that I'm thinking of doing in the moss stitch using row 1 minis. So there's a couple other blanket options I could go with, like the northeasterly. I could just do a granny square. Hey, no thank you. But I've been thinking a moss stitch would be fun. It's a crochet. It's a crochet stitch pattern that's always intimidated me because I feel like I lose track of the chain 1 spaces. But my crocheting skill has improved since my last attempt at the moss stitch, like probably close to 10 years ago. So, maybe this is the time to give it a chance. So, okay. So we've got package number 1, and it has row 1. I didn't know if this was going to be like in clear packaging, so I hadn't even looked in. And here's package number 2. Okay. So let's see. I don't know anything about who this month's dyer is. Okay. So you open up the package. Excuse me, Rosie, stop it. She and her brother James are so territorial with each other. And they've been like this since birth. She was like basically followed him out the birth canal right after. I hadn't even finished like helping dry him off and weighing him, and there she was. And they've been at each other ever since then. And she scares him. Like, he usually cowers to her, which is weird because he's double, possibly triple her weight and size. It's just insane. Anyways, okay. Here are the minis. Indigo Guinea Fiber I've never heard of them, but look at how beautiful these colors are. Oh, geez. Am I going to, come on, are you going to focus? Focus. Those are some beautiful colors. I've always wanted to try row 1 because there's a ton of indie dyers I've just never even heard of, and they're all come wound up, so you don't have to do that. They're individually labeled what their names are, and I'm pretty excited about this. I've had it on my gift wish list for years, and finally I was like, you know what? I am just gonna do it. I'm basically not even in, I think I'm only in one yarn club right now. So let's give something I've wanted to try out for a while a chance. Okay, so in the little package that was there, there's a treat. So a cow tail in the flavor honey bun. I've never tried that flavor before. Their business card, which is nice. I will make sure to be keeping all of these. For future ones. A tiny little package. Looks like a stitch marker. So, oh, cute. It's like a little Converse shoe. Come on. And then one light bulb marker, which you can never have too many of those. And then let's see. A sticker that says row 1. And July, summer fun. Get out, kick up your heels, and enjoy. This month, the Carnival of Color Club from row 1 brings you 100 grams of sparrow fingering from Indigo Guinea Fiber. Lindsay Fields is the owner and dyer behind Indigo Guinea Fiber. In 2021, Lindsay learned to dye yarn from her mother and fell in love with it, and knew this was what she wanted to do for years to come. I get to dye fun colors on wonderful fiber and collaborate with other talented artists. This is a dream life, and I'm so grateful for it. When Lindsay isn't traveling to Midwest fiber festivals selling yarn out of her cute trailer, she's dyeing yarn in her studio on her family's 40-acre farm in Salisbury, Indiana. The farm is also home to her husband, 2 kids, 3 dogs, a bunny, and a bunch of chickens. And then includes care instructions and the names of the 10 grams. Okay. So that's this one. Let's open the second one. Oh, man. Oh, there are some beautiful colors in there. Like this one. Oh, that's so beautiful. And on the other side, those are really beautiful colors. Another little package. Oops. This time we have a sticker from the Indigo Guinea Fiber. Another business card. Another cow tail. And it looks like another stitch marker, same one. I can see in here the little Converse shoe. Very, very cool. I might keep this for a future giveaway, since I don't need 2 of the same same stitch counters. So I am really excited to try these yarns. I don't know when I'm going to get to start this project because I am doing a lot this month in terms of like challenges and Christmas in July or whatever. Speaking of which, let's open day 3 of our Quest Squad. Come on. Okay. Whew. Okay. Another completely different color from the other two. This is what it looks like. And it is called Island of War. Not my favorite coloring because it's too camo for my preference. However, it is nice to have variety in a scrappy looking blanket. So hopefully I will get time to do this tonight. So we'll put that over there. My aunt has picked her fish colors. She wants a gold or yellow, so I found this in my stash. I think that's perfect. It's Golden Moss from Bernat Velvet. And then she also wanted either a light blue or a mint. And so I've got Tint of Mint, and I pulled this from the scrap bag. It's not a scrap, but it is like falling apart. So I figured this would be a good one to use for that. Hey, no thank you. Anyways, I think my husband's going to be home soon, so I need to make sure I'm ready to go. I've taken the dogs out. I mean, I'm dressed and everything ready to go, but I need to make sure nothing is within the range of the dogs to pull down. They've been mischievous lately when I'm not looking. Anyways, have a great day, and I will chat with you all later. Bye! Hey friends, it's about 2:20 in the morning, so I need to be going to bed. I finished making 2 fish for my aunt. So here's the one in mint blue, and here's the one in gold, or goldish yellow. I also made the 2 octopuses that she wanted. One in black and one in white. Oops. I still have to make the 2 scrunchies, but I think I'm just going to end up taking those balls of yarn and working on them while I'm down there, or even maybe if we're stopped at a rest stop on the trip. I've been putting the things in here. So it joins the chicken, the worry worms. She's actually got quite a collection of animals in there. I do need to make the chicken for my sister, and I think I'm gonna do that now, even though I should be going to bed, just because I don't want to take the whole thing of stuffing polyfill down with me. And so I think I'm gonna do this really quickly and hope for the best. I've already started doing a little bit of the packing. I've been packing my craft things, so I've got a bunch of velvet yarn packed. I'm also going to take this. My sister texted me about 2 hours ago and was like, hey, remember that only clear bags are allowed in the ballpark? And I was like, are you kidding me? I don't know that I have got a clear bag. So I'm going to just carry this in like it's a purse. And I'll put my debit card in, oh, because this is also a cashless ballpark, so that's always irritating as well. And yeah, it sucks. Or I'll just leave my wallet at home and just take my husband's debit card. So that's probably what I'll do, honestly. And I mean, this should definitely be fine for the ballpark. I just usually like to have a couple different projects, because what if I'm bored of doing this? Or what if I want to mix it up? Anyway, this is a market bag. I'll be taking my ball for the chickens. I mean, seriously, I've packed enough crafts as if I'm going to be there for like a week. Whatever. Just in case I want to start my Advent scrap projects. Maybe I'll do that during the ball game here. This little baby scrap is going to get added in there. I mean, it's see-through bag. I'll just put it in the other see-through bag. I need to find a bigger Ziploc bag. Then I can put this one, like, layer up my Ziploc. Oh, I have a 2.5 gallon Ziploc bag. I mean, that thing's like big. What are you? Maybe I can fit this one in here? Yeah. Guys. This is ingenuity at its best. You don't have the Ziploc bags. I mean, really, if I wanted to, and I was being really sassy, I would take a hole puncher and punch holes in here and then crochet myself straps and wear this as a bag. My Ziploc bag fashion. Anyways, stick this in here. There's room to spare. I could fit another project in here. I'm unstoppable now, you guys. they think they got me, but I got them. Oh my gosh, you guys. I need sleep, clearly. Anyway. I'm gonna take my little UFO cross stitch. Nice. I can fit that in here. Now we've got cross stitch project option. We're ready. We're ready for the ball game. You want to make sure I'm not smuggling any sunflower seeds in? Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They make you go through a metal detector anyway. Now, I want to risk my current favorite pair of scissors. Listen to that satisfaction. Hey! No! Oh, it's so satisfying. Anyway, I might take this down to Fresno with me, but I'll probably just take a cheap pair of scissors in, just in case they confiscate them, which I don't anticipate them doing, but you never know. So, unfortunately, I did not finish my hexagon. And I mean, I could stay up and do it, but I don't want to be completely irresponsible. I told my husband I wanted to wake up at 9 tomorrow. And so, I need to be going to bed soon. But I did more packing tonight than I said I was going to. So, I mean, I could probably push waking up till 10. Anyway, and then the other cross stitch project I'm taking down with me is the Tiny Town one. Just because I've already got it on a hoop, and it's all contained. And that's just what I need for right now. I wasn't going to take my computer, but I think I'm going to take it. So I've got a duffel bag that's just craft stuff. And then I've got my backpack from last year. I need to get a new one for next year because this thing is dirty and stained. Like, the kids comment on it. It's pretty bad. Whatever. So this will have my electronics in it. So my computer, my mouse, my Switch, my Kindle, my charger. I think that's probably good. I'm so tempted to bring this light down because the lighting in my grandpa's house sucks. Guys, this is still the battery. It's not plugged in right now. I'm so, like, actually impressed about that. Oh, I need to pack my medicine still. And toiletries and clothes. But clothes are the least of my concerns. Anyway, so I thought I would open July 4th now, just because I don't know when I'll have time tomorrow. And so I'll just do it now. I do have July 5th that is going to be packed. But so let's see what July 4th will look like. Guys, I could also, I could stick these into the Ziploc bag too. This is how I stick it to the man. Try to limit what I can bring in. Oh my gosh. Guys, this one, oh, it's not showing up as beautiful. It is like a tealy blue. I don't know. It's very beautiful. I am a little confused about what the name is for this one because there's a name there that's crossed out. But there's another one there. So I will not die today, crossed out. I will save him. And now that could be the title altogether because I do think that she changes her motto to that. But I don't know for sure. But either way, it is gorgeous. Cannot wait to work this one up. How do I feel like it's gonna look next to this one? Could be okay. This one I was looking at it again. Umbriel Island of War. And then I realized this camo actually is perfect for that name because it's like army camo. It's looking more brown, but it's actually like there's green in there that makes it like very army camo-ish. Anyways, so at this point, because I'm being forced to only have a plastic bag and I like to be sassy, I'm thinking I'm gonna stick it in there too. And this one. Oops. Oh, I should keep that one in its package though, which just dropped. I'll have to find it again just so I don't remember which days are which. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. Also, why do I have this ridiculously large crochet hook in here? Let's take that out. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to try to do this chicken super quickly so that I can go to bed, even though I'm not really tired because I was tired when I got home, but I gain my energy at night. It's what happens. It's what happens. Okay. I will chat more with you guys in a little bit. Bye. Hey friends. Well, it's super late. I need to go to bed, but I finished the chicken for my sister. I used a little bit of Juicy Couture yarn over here for the plumage. I don't know that I love that, and if my sister doesn't like it, I'll just rip it out and just give it to her because I thought the chicken looked really cute without it. But I was like, I don't know if Alex does want it, but if she doesn't, then can easily just cut it or pull it out and not have it. But I think actually this yarn turned out really cute. I'm really actually happy with it. And once I got past the initial tightening of the magic ring, um, it didn't do the shredding like it had at first. And so, yeah, it's so soft and it's actually really quite nice to work with. So happy to have that done. And then I did go ahead and make these two scrunchies for my aunt. And so that completes everything in her order. And so now I've made everything that needs to be made, and now I need to go to bed because I'm probably looking at 4 to 5 hours of sleep. But I did get a lot of things packed and ready, so I think I can get ready in 2 hours time. So I will chat with you all later. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Bye.